So pleased to welcome to Author's Corner Dr. LeAnna Hale-Ball. She's got a great story. Plus, she lives in my favorite place, San Antonio. So she joins us here on Author's Corner on America Tonight with me, Kate Delaney. And her book is one that just hit me right in the heart because I thought of my own family. We ate dinner at Grandma and Grandpa's house. So Dr. Hale-Ball, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
We had a great off-air conversation. We talked about your love for reading and how important it was and your road in the teaching world. So
yes, ma'am.
Tell us why you wrote this book. What made you decide, hey, I'm going to get this out there?
Well, writing a book was always on my bucket list. And this is just, since I was a teacher, I've read a lot of children's literature. But this book, I haven't ever seen one quite like this one. And I knew I wanted it to be about family, and this just made sense. And it was a game that I played with my children as they were growing up. And so I just turned our game into a book.
For your children, it has to be kind of cool for them to see this become a book.
Yes, they were so excited. And they really encouraged me to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm glad. And hi to those children. I hope they hear this interview. So tell us about the book. Because, of course, now I'm sure everybody's intrigued. A game. Love the title. Tell us more about the book.
Well, the book, of course, being an educator, I wanted it to be educational and fun and engaging. So it goes in ABC order. There's the learning part. And it also helps tremendously with children's vocabulary development and ABC order.
Oh, I gotcha. Wow. Yeah, and we talked about that. I mean, that's so important. So when you're learning, that's a great way to teach kids, right? That goes back to that whole reading thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And if they love reading and become engaged in reading, they'll be lifelong readers.
Oh, yeah. So important. And we want to talk about your journey a little bit. So you were a teacher. Tell us where you taught. Like, how did that all evolve?
Well, it was almost serendipitous. I got a degree when I went to college and took the 4-year degree. But it was in home economics education, which is really funny because they don't even have that course anymore, I don't think. And I knew shortly it was not going to get me anywhere. But anyway, it didn't matter to me, though, at that time. I was staying home with my children, raising my children. And somebody called and asked me, they needed a pre-K teacher. And they asked me if I would come and teach pre-K. So I did that, really loved it, enjoyed it. And then from there, after that, they needed a kindergarten teacher, and I agreed to do that as well. And that particular year that I taught kindergarten, we taught the children to read, and to see the light bulb and the joy come on their faces is just one of the best things in the world. Next to teaching people about God and birthing babies, teaching a child to read is right up there.
Well, I agree with that. There's no question about it. It opens up a whole world to you, as you know.
Absolutely.
And something interesting, and of course, you're a doctor, as I said, Dr. LeAnna Hale-Ball. You earned that degree, so you were a college professor. Tell us about that too, because that had to be interesting.
I loved it. My whole mantra has been to make education better. When my children were in school, I wanted them to have the best education. And I just wanted that to happen over and over again. Well, having a classroom of 20 children and working with them and their parents, you really can make a difference in education for those people. But then what about the next year and the next year and the next year? So I decided that the best way to make a dent in education and to make a difference is to doing the training on the front end of teachers, teaching them how to teach. And I had some wonderful professors, and they taught me well, and I wanted to emulate that again and again and again. And I was able to do that. And I was able also to work with them as they were doing their field experiences. So that really helped to add to that. But I've taught many, many students to teach, to be teachers, and they all did such a beautiful job out in the field. I still keep up with them. A lot of my teachers have become teachers of the year many times.
Wow.
So it just continues to grow and grow, and that's what I wanted. I knew I worked as an assistant superintendent at one point, and you couldn't make a difference there. That was mainly just paperwork. And it was hard to make a difference because if you ever went over to the buildings just to talk to the teachers, they thought they'd done something wrong and you showed up. So that didn't work. The best place to affect education is in the pre-teaching stage.
Oh, yeah. And you did, obviously. You could tell your passion just comes through in our conversation. And I have to tell everybody that Dr. Hale-Ball inspired me to do something that she did with kids, where she had a word wall, and they would put words they learned up on the wall. So here I am. I'm putting words on the wall, learning new words every day, even, at this age. So I love that idea. And you did it with your kids all year long in the classroom, right?
Absolutely. The wall was quite large when we finished the school year.
And that was part of the whole deal. And that's just like this book. It's improving children's language skills, their visual skills, their auditory memory, all of that. It has that positive parent-child, grandparent-grandchild relationship, which we see is bigger now than ever, if you can actually say that, with the role
Exactly,
grandparents
yes.
are playing with children. There's no question. So again, the name of the book is We Ate Dinner at Grandma and Grandpa's House. You can get the book on Barnes and Noble, Amazon, of course. People always go to Amazon. When people read this book, and I think we're saying this for sure in our conversation, what do you hope the takeaway is for the kids?
Well, when I visualize people, grandparents reading this book to their children or parents reading it to their children, it's just the giggles and the fun, like I used to do with my own personal children. It just was fun to do it. And anytime learning is fun, it just connects better with their little brains.
So I bring it back to the beginning. Was it fun for you to put this book together?
It was very fun. And Kate, I have to say something. You inspired me as well when we were visiting. I've already finished the second book, which is we went to the zoo with Grandma and Grandpa, and we saw and then it goes through all the animals in the zoo.
Wow. I'm so proud of you. And I'm just thinking top of my head, okay, everybody right now, tell me an A. Anteater. I saw an anteater in Dallas, so I'm going to say that counts. It's in a zoo. So, yes. Right. Very cool.
Yes. And then the next person says, I saw an anteater and a buffalo. Oh. And the kids get to choose their own thing that they want to use, so that helps them connect better too.
I love it. What's the C word? Chimpanzee?
C.
Chimpanzee.
Oh, I've got it right here.
Oh, I'm thinking
my C word is
sea animals. They're rattling around in my head.
The cheetah.
I love cheetahs. That's a good one. Wow. How fun. So both of these books, I can't wait till the next one comes out too. What a delight to spend time with you. Thank you so much for coming on, AC.
Yes, ma'am.